End rods. So end rods are visible from further away than other light sources. Glowstone. Sea lanterns. What happens if you plant a tree at the height limit? Does it grow or does it not grow? I should test that out. Can we plant a tree at the height limit? Okay, where are we? Balcony level. So yeah, one more balcony level. And in fact, I might not build a balcony. Hold on, let me just check. So the balcony level is there. No, I guess we should make another balcony level and then... I don't know, what am I building up here? I have no idea. A platform at the very top. And I don't know. I haven't thought about it. One, two, three. What lover says, what would happen if you had a ship that could go at the speed of light and you turned on the headlights? Would they not emit light or would the light go nowhere? I think, if I understand my physics right, I think the light just stays there. Would they not emit light or would the light go nowhere? They would not emit light, I guess. Of course, you can't actually have a ship that goes to the speed of light, because only light goes to the speed of light. So in order for the ship to go to the speed of light, the ship itself would be made of light. And the headlights, the light coming from the headlights would be just part of the same light. But Lover says, so we just need a ship made of photons. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, like the ship wouldn't be a ship. The ship would just be light as well. And of course you can't emit light from light. Because a light, what is a light? A light is like you're converting electricity to photons, right? So the light emits light because you're converting some other energy into photons. So if the energy source is also photons because it's already traveling at the speed of light, then it's just you're taking part of the photons. You know what I mean? Like it's just part of the photons. Like instead of converting some of the fuel on the ship into photons, the fuel is also already photons, and the ship is also already photons. So it's just a part of the photons of the ship that you converted. The wacky part is, of course, that everything is the same thing if it's high enough energy. Like if the energy density is high enough, everything is just the same thing. It's all photons. Like if you have energy density as high as the Big Bang, presumably it was all just photons. And then when the energy density became lower because space expanded, then all the other stuff coalesced out of the photons. So it's all just energy anyway. I need to bring up my stuff. I need to think about what I'm going to build at the top of this tower. And I think I'm just gonna pause here? Or do I go to the next? No, I will go to the next level and then I'll have to pause. Because I don't know what I'm gonna do up there, right? Yeah, no, I would build the next balcony and then pause there until I figure out what I want to do above that. You know what? While I'm here, I'm gonna put the stairs in. Because we're missing some stairs at the top. From here. So theoretically, any system with enough complexity would spontaneously generate some sort of life form. Life being self-replicating patterns, right? Self-replicating and reproducing. Well, I mean, that's self-replicating. Self-replicating and evolving. Self-replicating patterns that are subject to natural selection is life forms. Although there are some things that are self-replicating, like crystals, that are kind of subject to natural selection because there are conditions where crystals can form and then there are conditions where crystals can't form. They behave lifelike behavior Or they exhibit lifelike behavior in some ways, but we don't consider them life forms. I guess because they're not persistent enough. But science fiction writers have speculated about crystal life forms. Like if you just add a lot more complexity to it, they might be considered to be alive. So then what other systems can generate complex life? Aside from carbon-based molecules in a water-rich environment. If we manage to create computers and robots that exhibit intelligent behavior, we might say they are life forms. But it'll be strange, right? Because there's no way for robots to spontaneously appear. Or could there? Because you know, people talk about intelligent design. Oh, life is so complex. There's no way life could exist spontaneously. Therefore, intelligent design, which, I mean, life is complex, sure, but it actually can appear spontaneously. So, but robots could not appear spontaneously. And they are the product of intelligent design. Or they will be. To what extent would intelligent robots be subject to natural selection? Because they'll have to survive just like all other life forms, right? They have to stay alive somehow. So they'll have to deal with things in the environment that harm them. If nothing else, they'll have to find energy sources, have to deal with corrosion, accidents. And wear and tear. But would they deal with these things through any sort of evolution, or would they just use their intelligence to solve all these problems without evolution? And then the other question is, to what extent are humans solving all our problems with intelligence and no longer subject to evolution? We don't actually manage to solve all our problems. There are things we can't solve yet. And those things are still evolutionary pressures on us. Like the whole COVID thing, we didn't quite fix the COVID thing entirely through our own efforts. COVID actually did evolve to become less lethal to humans. Because the virus, this might be a little counterintuitive, but viruses that kill too many people are not good at surviving because they need a host to exist, right? So if they kill their host too effectively, then they end up harming themselves. So the ideal virus from a survival point of view is if it just doesn't kill the host at all. So then it retains the maximum number of possible hosts because it doesn't kill anyone. Because it needs hosts to reproduce. So actually the successful virus is not the one that kills you. Right? The successful virus is the one that doesn't kill you. And in fact, a lot of viruses and bacteria live inside the human body and they don't cause you any discomfort at all. So those are the ones that are successful because you don't do anything to try to stop them. And so they are able to live quite easily inside your body, right? Whereas the ones that try to kill you, you will try to stop them. And if you manage to stop them, then they fail. So COVID evolved to become less harmful. Mother Lover says my tapeworm has a first name. Right? I mean, if the tapeworm didn't harm you, you wouldn't care about it. Like it's only the ones that cause you trouble that you really want to do something about it. Like the whole COVID thing, like we made vaccines and we had like quarantines kind of, but they were marginally successful. And they did something, they didn't do a lot. Didn't do as much as we hoped. So we kind of like, it was a mixed result. We didn't exactly succeed in using our technology and our social organization to destroy COVID. But to some extent, some people were less vulnerable. Oh, the COVID thing. I don't know if any of you guys have seen the recent science. It turns out some people are more susceptible to severe COVID disease than others. So this is something about the immune system response. Some people's immune systems respond much more strongly to COVID. Not to COVID itself, but to the effects of the COVID infection. And it's the overactive immune response that causes the real damage. And eventually COVID evolved to not trigger that response in most people. So it became less harmful to us. But it also meant that it was more successful at evading our immune system. And it turned out it was better for both of us in the end. Better for them, better for us. Something about, for some people, when their immune system destroys the virus, the remaining fragments of the virus, of the destroyed virus, continues to trigger the immune response. So even after the infection was defeated, the leftover bits continued to activate the immune response, and so the overactive immune response then started destroying the lungs. Basically, it started doing real damage to the lungs. And that's what caused a lot of fatalities and lung failure and all that.